That's an important point. Many people assume that those who ask for help are lazy, irresponsible, or trying to take advantage of others. But the Bible teaches us to help without judgment because only God truly knows a person's heart and circumstances. We are not to judge others' worthiness to receive help. Proverbs 19, verse 17. Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done. James 2, verse 15 to 16. Suppose a brother or a sister is without clothes and daily food. If one of you says to them, "Go in peace, keep warm and well fed," but does nothing about their physical needs, what good is it? These verses show that our responsibility is to help, not to judge whether someone deserves it. When we give, we are doing it for God, not just the individual. Harmer/2. Jesus identified with the poor and needy. Matthew 25, verse 34 to 40. Then the king will say to those on his right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me." The people will ask, "Lord, when did we do these things for you?" And Jesus will reply, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." This means when we help the homeless, the hungry, or the struggling, we are actually serving Jesus himself. If we reject them, we are rejecting him. 3. Avoid looking down on others because we are all dependent on God. 1 Samuel 2, 7. The Lord sends poverty and wealth. He humbles and he exalts. Deuteronomy 15, verse 7 to 8. If anyone is poor among your fellow Israelites in any of the towns of the land the Lord your God is giving you, do not be hard-hearted or tight-fisted toward them. Rather, be open-handed and freely lend them whatever they need. These verses remind us that wealth and poverty are not always about personal effort. Sometimes life circumstances, illness, tragedy, or other struggles put people in difficult situations. 4. Avoid pride. We could be in the same situation. Galatians 6, verse 2 to 3. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. If anyone thinks they are something when they are not, they deceive themselves. Proverbs 14:31. Whoever oppresses the poor shows contempt for their maker, but whoever is kind to the needy honors God. Sometimes people think, "I worked hard for what I have. Why can't they?" But the Bible warns against pride. Circumstances can change quickly, and we should always remain humble, knowing that we too rely on God's grace. Sha 5. God calls us to be generous, not to overanalyze who deserves it. Luke 6, verse 38. Do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you. Romans 12. Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. Jesus teaches that we should give freely, trusting God to handle the details. If someone misuses our kindness, that's between them and God. Our job is simply to be compassionate and obedient. Final thought. Looking down on the homeless or struggling is not Christ-like. Instead of assuming the worst about someone in need, we should see them the way Jesus does, with love and compassion. Even if some people misuse generosity, that doesn't mean we should stop helping. Our kindness reflects God's love, and he will reward those who give with a sincere heart. Would you like to go deeper into any of these points?